Welcome to Johnsequitur, a show about everything.
Hello.
Oh.
Welcome to Johnsequitur. I'm John. To my right, if you circle the entire globe the entire way back around, you'll come to Liquid Thunder.
Liquid Thunder!
And straight ahead is Jay.
Hi.
Hello. Today's episode is going to be on movies, and last week's episode was on aliens, and we called it Jason Statham, so I'm supposing that we're going to call this one Theoretical Physics.
Or Jason Statham
Or
2.
Jason Statham 2.
Friends 2.
Friends
starring
2.
Jason
Electric
Statham.
Boogaloo.
Yeah, there you go. Something cool. You know?
The shark in the water.
Yeah, there you go. I like it.
That's where they live.
Yeah. I remember watching Jaws and being afraid to take a bath. It didn't make sense to me at that age.
Huh.
I figured you'd say Jaws made me never want to take a bath again.
No.
And so I haven't to this day.
No. I get hypnotized one time to the soundtrack of Jaws. It wasn't like, sometimes you get hypnotized and they're like, oh, turn into a chicken. I want you to lay in it and all that business. It wasn't like that. We just listened to this. Had ocean music playing for a while, and this lady talked through this script, and all of a sudden they play the dun, and he was alright, and I'm like, oh, my heart rate picked up. A lot of people were like, oh man, I got nervous. And I'm like, why? Well, because the shark. Never mentioned a shark one time, and literally never came up at all, and everyone was like, there's a shark. There's a shark at the beach. That's where we're at, and this experiment was at the beach. We were in a classroom. We weren't really at the beach, but everyone was like, oh, the shark. Everyone got nervous because the shark got out of the water. There was no shark. We were all hypnotized. That's the test to see if you can be hypnotized. It was cool.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. I don't know if I believe in hypnotism, but that sounds
and honest to God, I didn't either. And then because of the she was a psychology teacher, so because of the physiological response of your body to the sound, you thinking it's a shark, and it was hypnotism. That's what she said.
That was the longest joke I've ever heard.
It was real.
Damn it.
Yeah, man.
Alright, did anybody else make a list? Because I did mine, 2 minutes ago?
Yeah, I did mine 5 minutes ago.
My list is in my head all the time.
Very nice.
I wrote down 3 things.
What'd you write down?
Limitless, The Ladies' Man, and Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves. And I think I spelled Reeves wrong, too.
His name is hard to spell, man.
Yeah.
We all know who he is.
Did not write down Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to. He's in everything.
It's implied.
Yeah,
So.
it is. It is.
I mean, I messaged you guys about what movies he's not in, and you guys couldn't name any except for, what was it? What'd you say?
Fern Gully.
Fern Gully. I think he was in it. He was one of the Beatles.
Oh. Well, then was he uncredited?
Maybe.
He doesn't like to take credit for everything he does.
He's very modest. He's a modest person.
Like Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
While you were outside, I ended up writing down a bunch of Keanu movies that I liked.
Nice.
I don't know if they're the same as yours.
I can name 3.
What are yours?
The John Wicks.
Oh, there you go. Very nice.
Haven't seen the 3rd one, but I think I like it.
Well, I'm pretty sure. What movies do you have? Let me see how many of these movies I've seen.
Okay, Constantine.
Seen it. Love it.
Scanner Darkly.
Scanner Darkly.
Whoa.
Never seen that one.
He was in that.
He was. Yep. And Woody Harrelson was in it.
Scanner
Yes, he
Darkly?
was.
Never seen it.
Very good. Very
Good
weird.
movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a cartoon, but not. It's drawn over top of people.
Yeah, they acted it out and then they did animation over top of
Okay.
it.
Kind of like A Waking Life. I wonder if it's by the same people.
It is by the
Okay.
same people.
So
Nice.
A Waking Life's another good one.
We had this discussion last week.
We didn't.
I had it with somebody down here, and it was the exact same conversation, but I was drunk, so...
That may have been
Maybe we did.
And then the other one I have written down is Neon Demon. He comes out of nowhere in that movie.
Huh.
He's not credited, and there's a prostitute that goes to a hotel to, hide, and the landlord for the hotel shows up, and it's Keanu Reeves, and I'm like,
Oh.
what?
How old's the movie?
2017,
Wow.
I think.
What's it called? Blue Demon.
Neon
Demon.
It's about models, and it's not a good movie.
Hey,
It's
you were
crazy
trying to
look
come up with a
at.
name for your male strip club earlier at work.
My male strip club. Oh, yeah.
Neon Demon.
I like Chunkendales, man.
Sets the bar.
That's what I'm saying,
Low.
yeah. Chunkendales. Yeah. Chunkendales, or what was the other one? Chunkendales, or, it was a good one, too, man. Chunkendales. Or Chubby Chucks.
Chubby Chucks.
Chubby Chucks, man.
I like the alliteration.
Yeah, go see a big Chubby Chuck.
The video store just sells VHS.
That's it.
But they're not dusty.
No.
You keep a clean video store.
That's it. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get a gripe out of the way real quick,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know if you guys will agree with me, but I am not a fan at all of mobster movies. Not even a little bit.
No mobster movie ever.
I can't with
Let's
mobster
see
movies.
here.
What was... Oh my god, what's it called? The dad from Blow. I feel like he was in a mobster movie. With the dude from Home Alone.
Great.
And,
Joe Pesci?
You're talking about Casino.
yes, I am.
Casino.
Scorsese loved to kill Joe Pesci.
Listen, have you ever seen the movie Casino?
Yeah.
And you don't like it?
No.
I like that movie.
Really?
I just don't like mobsters or anything about them at all.
Huh. Well, that's a psychological thing.
Did you like
Could
8
be.
Mile or
There's
50 Cents movie?
There was no mobsters in those.
No, it's kind of the same thing though.
No.
If you like those, it's still
Gangsters and
organized.
mobsters.
It's organized crime.
Organized crime.
No, I think it is a psychological thing because I can sit and watch horror movie villains and monsters kill people all day long,
Right.
and it has no grounding in reality whatsoever.
Right.
But when I watch a mobster movie, it's all about glorifying these people who are like, that guy made me mad. Let's 6 of us go to his house and just fucking annihilate him.
Okay. What about The Bronx Tale? You ever seen The Bronx Tale?
No.
It's not a bad movie. It has mobsters in it. Like
feel like-
low key mobsters.
Okay, I feel like another example of this would be the reason I didn't like Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge
Same
fan
thing.
either.
But it was because it's these drug-running motorcycle gang people,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's
one
real
of the,
life.
well,
It's not.
no, most people who are riding motorcycles around here are like,
No.
They do charity drives and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
but in this movie or in this show,
Except the pagans, they're hardcore. Don't fuck us up.
the
Yeah,
the DEA is after these motorcycle the pagans.
Fuck them.
I don't even know.
It's a real thing.
Leave the pagans alone. The DEA is after the people on the motorcycles running the drugs.
Mhm.
And the end of season 1, they pull this crazy scheme where they capture the DEA person in a car and shoot her in the back of the head, and it's like, yay, we did it.
You didn't do anything,
And I'm like,
This made it worse.
right?
well, no, they were like, good. They shot the DEA person. Hooray. And everybody's like, yeah, go motorcycle gang. And I'm like, no,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
that's how I feel about mobster movies.
Okay.
Somebody like, the cops come to their house and they'll like interrogate them till they give away something because they're basically like, you're gonna spend the next 40 years in jail if you don't tell us something.
Mm-hmm.
And then the mob's like, I guess we gotta go kill him. Yay!
Right.
Right.
I can't. I got that out of my
I
system.
have to say, you know, types of movies I'm not. It has to be a really good movie, like in this category, for me to get into it. Movies about like real things, real people, no extra, like no enhanced people, no monsters, no like. If it's just like a movie about people like talking, basically, like here's this situation, and
Oh, I know.
Aaron
one.
Brockovich.
it just like.
What's that one with the guy who was in the new Star Wars and that hot lady?
Jar Jar Binks.
No. I know this is. We're talking about movies and I don't know the names of anybody.
Yeah,
But,
I'm bad at that too, actually.
It's when they.
Jar
they're-
Jar Binks wasn't the hot
They
lady.
spend
That
the
was a
whole
Star
movie-
Wars character.
They
Just so
spend the
we're
whole
clear.
movie arguing about their relationship. The entire movie.
Oh yeah, see, it's that kind of stuff, man. Like I can't get
Is
into
it the
it.
breakup with
That's with
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston.
The breakup.
Yeah,
I'd watch
Jennifer Aniston and the fat guy with black hair that's the same guy in every movie.
it. Vince Vaughn.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
everybody
It's the
knew.
same kind of idea.
Yeah.
But those, yeah.
I just
agree with
can't. I just can't get like that type of movie. Like I need someone's got to have a special power, man. Someone's got to be enhanced in some
yeah.
way. You know,
My-
it's got to be magic or witchcraft. I don't care. Something.
My least favorite type of movie is sci-fi, except in the fantasy realm. Like I liked Interstellar,
you. Oh yeah.
Okay.
but I don't like X-Men. I don't like Superman.
Really?
I don't like any of
See,
that stuff.
I love those kinds of movies. Absolutely love them.
I couldn't watch Transformers.
I wasn't a huge fan of Transformers, but
I don't like watching movies where entire cities just get completely destroyed, and at the end you're like, "Yay, the
Right.
good guys won!" And it's
Yeah.
like,
Right. They
Killed
shot a bunch of
millions of
missiles. We
people,
knew they were
yeah.
going to.
yeah,
yeah,
they get hit by like trucks and buses, and they're like, "Ugh."
Like
Ugh.
Right,
that extends to King Kong too.
Oh, nope.
Not a fan of that kind of stuff.
"That's
No.
where me and you were." I have Godzilla written down. I am a huge Godzilla fan.
yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, I like Godzilla movies. Now I have to say, in the realm of movies about real things, I told myself I'd bring this up because Russell Crowe in Gladiator, one of my all-time favorite movies, and I couldn't even tell you exactly why, but just his character, like he was a general, and he basically the emperor. His son ended up killing him so he could take the throne because he was going to give it to his name is Maximus in the movie. He was going to give it to Maximus because he's like just a solid dude, right? Mm-hmm. He was going to like have Maximus be the new emperor, and his son is this whiny little what's that actor? They had like a hair lip or something. He's got that like
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's the son of the emperor that ends up killing him to become the new emperor, or Caesar. I'm sorry, Caesar, not emperor. Caesar.
This is my dad's favorite movie. I've seen it 6,000 times.
It's just the character. I like an underdog type situation where like this guy is just like beaten way down and he has to like do a bunch of crazy stuff to come back up on top. And
one of my favorite memes is a locomotive engineer.
Mm-hmm.
It's him dressed as a locomotive engineer, and he's in the Coliseum and he says, "Are you not into trains?"
That's great.
Born in New Zealand in '64, a hot-headed actor named Russell Crowe. He loves to act, but he loves one thing more: fighting round the world. He fights his directors and he fights his fans. It's a problem no one understands. If there's two things he loves, it's fighting and fighting round the world. Making movies, making music, and fighting round the world. Russell Crowe.
When he's fighting around the world.
There you go.
Oh my God. With
Russell Crowe.
To old Tugger.
I haven't seen the new South Park yet.
I honestly have never got big into South Park.
It's one of my favorites.
I feel like they tend to do a lot of stuff that's like, hey, this is happening. Let's do a video.
Everything went to now.
Yeah, I don't follow with what's happening. So like when they make these jokes, and I'm like, I don't understand that at all.
Yeah.
And then 4 years later, when you go back and watch it, it makes absolutely no sense. Because
Right, yeah.
You're
like,
past it already.
Right? What happened? I have no idea.
Well, even worse is Family Guy, because they'll mention people you've never heard of.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's like a pause in the scene, and they're like, you know, they're basically admitting nobody knows who the hell we're talking about.
Right, yeah.
But this joke's funny to me because I wrote it.
Right. Yeah, I did like Family Guy though.
I did not like.
There were
Family Guy.
times at
I
the
liked
beginning of
Family
a
Guy.
lot of cartoon shows that I liked them. And the further
Well,
they
then
went
they'll
on,
change,
they switched
right.
writers, and they just became...
Different.
All of them became the easiest thing to do because we have to turn these out so fast is to
Uh-huh.
look around, see what's going on, and base our show around it.
The Simpsons doesn't really do that. They kind of do. But the one thing about Family
older
Guy that
ones,
really
I
turned me off is the 5-minute segments of like Peter holding his knee on the middle of the street. 'cause-
fighting a chicken.
Yeah, or fighting a chicken because we have no content. So he's
Yeah.
gonna fight a chicken around.
Everywhere. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
had
he
this
does,
really,
too.
like, seemingly good concept of him winning a golf trip with O.J. Simpson, and it seemed like it would be a good episode.
Mhm, and it
And they
turns into
stopped
not.
for 7 minutes for him to fight the chicken.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yep. And honestly, I'm on the chicken side.
Oh yeah.
Why don't they have? They had the Cleveland show. Why don't they have the chicken show?
that would have been better.
They had episodes.
just be him
where
fighting
He
the
went.
whole
He went
time.
home to his wife, chicken, the hen.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So speaking of O.J. Simpson, anybody like Naked Gun? Any
Oh
of them?
yeah. I think my favorite part in that movie is when he starts with the handgun. He like puts a silencer and then another thing, and then he ends up being in this like seat gun. It's like it's like my
Never seen
favorite.
it.
Oh no, it's with what's the other guy's name? He has a lady's name.
Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen.
That's why that makes that movie.
Yeah, he's hilarious, man.
Airplane. He's so amazing in that movie.
Oh, I'm reaching back here, man. Airplane.
Both those movies are a lot of puns, tons
Yeah.
and tons of puns.
Never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
the other thing is that like they hold up after all these years. They
Mhm.
don't have the whole thing of what's going on right now in 1977 or whatever.
Right.
So when did Groundhog Day come out?
94?
Ish.
So
93, 94?
in 2024, they should probably re-release it on Groundhog Day.
Mm-hmm.
Just re-release it.
Right.
Make a trailer like where it might be different. Like things are really happening now.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Don't actually show anything from the movie.
20 years later.
Like
same
get everybody all hyped up. People
Same
go to the
exact
theater.
movie.
Same exact movie.
Yep.
How many what did they say the amount of time he spent there was? It was thousands of years, wasn't it?
I don't think they ever actually mentioned it.
I think the writer said something about it, but
It wasn't in the movie anyway.
no, it wasn't specified. If you sat there and tried to
But
count it,
he spent enough time there to know what's going on in every part of the town, like for everything.
What's that guy's name?
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
I knew that. I just couldn't think of it.
Now, okay, so are you a Mel Brooks fan? Have you watched any Mel Brooks movies?
Half and half with him.
Okay, so I can admit I've actually never seen all of Young Frankenstein, but
It's one of my favorites.
Blazing Saddles is probably one of my favorite
I
movies.
still haven't seen it.
So it's all dumb humor. It really is. It's a Mel Brooks movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like Spaceballs.
I
You
love
know,
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs is
Absolutely
the
love it.
best, man. that scene when he's like comb the desert, and there's like people out walking, dragging combs through the desert, and they're like, we haven't found anything. And then there's two black guys with a pick, and they go, we ain't found shit.
33 years and 350 days.
That's what it was.
30. Oh, jeez. Did that
So
mention
much
that?
for
They
the
mentioned that
thousands
in the
of years
movie.
theory.
It's a theory,
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
but they go through the breakdown of all of his actions and the skills he's mastered. So it would take that long for the average person.
What skills did he master?
Playing the piano.
I was gonna say that was the piano, and he learned to carve ice.
Learn what? Carve ice.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
remember because he made the ice sculpture of the
Yeah.
lady's face, which was a beautiful carving. It was a beautiful thing, but it was like, and to change a tire, right? Those are like the three. It don't take 300 years to learn how to do those things.
33 years
33 years.
and 350 days.
Huh.
Which, I mean, I know 33-year-olds that can't change a tire.
Yeah.
Did he ever figure out where the clip was?
I don't think that would have been next year. It would have been the year
Okay, we
after.
brought this up in the last episode,
Uh-huh.
and that is not what people can't find. There is no way. There is no way. That's so annoying. South Park touched on that.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
That's true. It
They
should not
found
be
it.
that difficult.
they found it.
Freaking Barbrady found it, if I remember right.
Jeez,
Yeah.
oh man.
Or it was
He pops up. He's like, "Hey, I found the boat."
Kenny was like in that dream. Or no, Kenny died, and he was going to like heaven or hell, and like
That was the movie.
yeah, they talked to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start naming off some movies here.
Hit me.
So I don't know. These are ones that I like that I don't know if anybody's seen. Primer. Anybody see Primer?
Never seen Primer.
Two guys are working on a refrigeration unit. They're doing it at their own house with two of their friends, and they're trying to like make it like an independent company, and accidentally discover time travel.
Sweet. Right on.
And they immediately are like, well, what do we do? Well, we'll just play the stock market, get rich, right? But then they start making separate time machines for themselves so they can go back and trick themselves and stop themselves. And it turns out from the very beginning it was like the 6th and 7th versions of them.
Oh shoot.
It's messed up.
Primer.
It's so hard to follow. They have a
Okay.
timeline on Wikipedia and it goes...
Zoom.
gone.
Right, yeah, okay.
Reminds me of that movie Slider. I think that's what it's called.
Slider.
Guy can just transport anywhere he wants. He can look at a picture and go
Jumper.
there. Jumper.
That's
Jumper.
That reminds me of that.
I had that was one of the movies after I watched it. Not many movies did this happen to me. But you ever have like a lucid dream, like a real lucid
Yeah.
dream? Not like on one hand I can count
Waking Life talks about that.
the amount of times in my life I've had a lucid dream. It was after watching that movie Jumper, and I was like fucking jumping all over the place, dude. It was great.
Lucid dreams are cool.
Alright, next one. 12 Angry Men.
12 Angry Men. Oh boy, I feel like I've
Sounds like
seen
it
that.
might be about court.
It is, yep. It's from the 50s, I think. It's one of the only black and white movies I like, besides King Kong. It's 12 jurors, and they all have just heard a trial, and they go into the jury room, and 11 of them think the guy's guilty, and one guy doesn't. And he's like, we gotta have some reasons as to why you think he's guilty. And slowly, one by one, they
They
start
all
thinking...
switch sides.
They don't think he's innocent. They just start thinking maybe he's not guilty. And they get down to like the last 4. One guy's a racist. One guy hates kids. One guy just goes with the crowd. One guy wants to go to the baseball game, so he'll say whatever he wants to say to get the hell out of there. It's pretty great.
Huh. 12 Angry Men.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've seen bits and pieces. I don't know if I've ever seen the whole thing.
It's one of my absolute favorite movies.
Right.
Resolution. No, you guys haven't seen this.
No.
This guy is on drugs, and he's up in a cabin, and his friend gets a video from him where he's like just going crazy, shooting stuff and yelling. So he decides he's going to go there after watching a bunch of YouTube videos about how to help your friend get through rehab, and handcuffs him to the wall.
Oh boy.
And he's like, all right, you're going to be sober for a week. And he's like, fuck you, when I get out of here, I'm suing you.
Right, yeah.
But as this is going on, all this weird shit starts happening. But not like, it's not connected at all. It's just various weird things that seem to be like trying to kickstart something.
But
right?
they aren't.
And the thing is, these two need to find whatever this is and start going for something. But they keep being like, what's this? I don't know. Let's go do something else. What's this? I don't know. And by the end, they figure out they're in a movie because they pick up their laptop and it's showing them right then, right there on the laptop. And they're
like in Spaceballs?
Yeah, they're like, oh shit.
When is now? We just missed it.
I don't want to give it away, but it is a wild-ass movie.
Okay.
V for Vendetta.
Oh my goodness,
it's
one of my absolute
Michelle's
favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Down here.
I could watch that movie every day.
And the guy that is in that is Hugo Weaving.
Hugo Weaving.
Yeah,
okay.
We said last week that
He's
it was Jason
Agent.
Statham.
Yeah, he's
but it's
Agent.
Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, that's Agent Smith from
Matrix.
Matrix.
Okay.
What's his name again?
Hugo Weaving.
Hugo Weaving. Okay, right on.
Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh yeah, with
Not a
Tom
fan.
Green.
Tom Green,
Not a
man.
fan.
Yeah, it was a weird movie.
I love it.
Yeah, it was a weird movie. It was a good movie. I like the chick in the wheelchair.
I like road trip movies.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really like that one though.
Yeah, I mean he does jack off an elephant in that movie.
They thought, the people at the studio thought because he was popular that they would just give him money.
And it killed his popularity.
It did, but I don't think he cared.
Yeah.
Right.
When he made the movie, he was like, "Are you seriously? Have you seen my show?
Right.
Why are you giving me a movie?"
Mhm.
And they're like, "Here's a couple $1 million." And like, there's literally a scene in the movie where he talks to a guy about how he had $1 million.
And he spent it on the
spent it
jewels.
all in the
Spent it on the jewels
in
and
the
the house. Yeah, and that's all the money.
It's all gone.
It's all gone.
He's literally talking to the studio like, "You gave me $1 million. It's all gone."
It's all gone. Yeah, he bought jewels for the lady in the wheelchair. Yeah, that was a good movie.
So, what else do I have on here? Suspiria, the new one.
Suspiria.
The one that just came out 2 years ago.
You say there's a new one, like we knew there was an old one.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to look up the name. Tilda Swinton. Do you guys know who Tilda Swinton is?
I'm bad with names.
I know who Matilda is.
If you tell me a
said
movie
you
she's
saw
in.
Constantine, right?
Yes.
She played, I don't know if it was Michael the Angel or Gabriel the Angel.
Oh, okay, it's Gabriel the Angel. Yeah.
But in this, she plays a dance instructor and also this old man. And it took me forever to figure out that it was her. Like,
Really?
She nails it. It's
Huh.
amazing. The original Suspiria, I watched it with another horror fan. Hadn't seen it before. And up to that point, every horror movie I'd shown her, she was digging it.
Right.
When it was over, she was like, "That's the worst thing you've ever seen." So, yeah, the original, I like it because it's colors and sound that are amazing. Like, the director was all about spectacle. There's scenes in it, if you're a horror fan, there's murder scenes that are so over the top, it's ridiculous.
Right.
But the movie itself is garbage. There's nothing going on. It doesn't make any sense.
Huh. Okay.
So the new one, they're like, let's actually make this about witches and a dance studio, and they did. The dance that they're performing is like a spell
okay.
that gets put on people.
Some form of ritual.
And it's an amazing movie.
Huh. Okay.
And last
Suspiria. Okay.
2018, I think.
Okay.
And the last one I have here is Alien.
Which Alien?
Alien or Aliens.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen all of the Alien movies. I've seen all the Aliens and all the Predators and all the Alien vs Predators.
I have not. We talked about this like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, the last Predator movie that came out was absolute garbage.
I didn't even see it.
Oh my goodness, it was absolute garbage, man.
I did see the one where they were Adrian Brody and they were in the jungle and hoof.
You gotta.
That was so bad.
He killed it in The Pianist.
Did he?
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
That was a good movie.
I like him in The Jacket.
Do you know what The Pianist is about?
No.
World War II, he's in the ghetto after it's like been bombed and everybody's evacuated, and he's hiding in there, and he finds like a place with a piano and there's some canned food and stuff. SS8 guy comes in and gives him his jacket. Like, he felt bad for him, gave him his jacket, and he was just like living in the ghetto with nobody around.
Jeez.
Like, and it was winter. It was a good, and he just sat there and played piano in this room.
Huh.
But that's what he was when the war started. That's what he did. He went to a bar and he played a piano there, and it was all like he had a good life.
Right. Huh.
It's pretty cool.
Have you ever seen on YouTube the video where Adrian Brody has the best day of his life?
Wait, Adrian Brody.
Uh-huh.
Give me a movie.
Big Nose, The Pianist.
Pianist. Give me another movie.
Alien.
Jacket, Predator.
A Predator.
There are a lot of people in these movies. Which guy is he?
Big Nose.
Big Nose.
I'm about to show you.
He looks like Desmond from Lost almost.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
The guy at the top.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Could you have found a worse picture to show us?
I'm going to let this song play while we talk.
Okay.
Because it's an amazing song.
Never seen Spun.
See,
Never
here
seen
he
Spun.
goes on his way to whatever he's doing.
There you go.
Walking past some
Eventually,
sheep.
he makes his way into the space and then through galaxies.
Into the
and-
space.
into the space.
Into the space.
Brodyquest. This is kind of cool.
Huh.
I'll just let it.
I like
play.
stupid
Okay.
YouTube videos.
Yeah. Beautiful.
There he goes. That's
Huh.
the poor boy.
I'm trying to think of other movies that he's been in.
He's been in other stuff. I mean, obviously.
The Jacket is.
He was in. Huh. Usually I'm pretty good at this. Let's see here.
This music's appropriate for us not being able to remember anything.
Right. Yeah. Let me just rack through the memory files here.
He was in that Splice movie where he fucked an alien.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking
dude.
of. Yeah, with
Yeah.
I'm so bad with
He was in King Kong.
Oh, the remake.
Yeah. He was one of the soldier type people. Yeah, Splice was a weird movie.
He was in
Everything
Midnight
was
in Paris,
fine.
but not in Night in
And
Paris.
then he's like, I'm gonna fuck
Yeah,
this
I'm
alien.
gonna do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do this
Yeah.
thing.
The Village, Thin Red Line.
Oh, The Village.
I forgot about The Village. Yeah.
I thought that was Nicolas Cage.
No, that's
I can
Wicker
see why
Man.
you would think that.
Wicker Man. Okay.
How do you
The
feel
Village.
about The Village?
I've seen The Village.
I thought it was kind of cool.
Let me see.
I did too.
Wait, is that the one where they're in like, it's like a
Enclosed little place.
yeah, like
They think there's a
Salem.
monster in the woods.
But and then like,
Oh, it ends
real,
up just being like
real
a cult
life
of
is
people.
going on around them.
And they were all like
But they're
harmed by
they're-
the
I'll
outside
say
world.
this: I guessed it when I went to the movie. But
Really?
that was probably
Okay.
what was going on. But it didn't ruin it. Like, I think that he felt like he needed to add a twist because that's what he was known for.
All right.
It would have been fine without it.
Speaking of twists,
Mm.
have you ever seen the movie? We were talking about this earlier today.
Yes.
Stonehurst Asylum.
No.
It's on Netflix, I'm pretty sure. Stonehurst Asylum, okay, is... Everyone's seen Fight Club, right? You've seen Fight Club?
Yep.
Okay, you know at the end of it, you have that mindfuck moment where you're like, oh my god, this was the way it was the whole time. Stonehurst Asylum has 3 of those moments in it,
I
okay?
can't.
No, listen, yes you can.
Okay.
The first one, okay, if you watch and you pay attention, okay, you can be like, the first one, you're like, oh, I got it. It wasn't like a crazy twist. Like, I could see it. And you think it's over. You're like, oh, the movie's just going to play out. No. Nay.
Uh-oh.
Okay? There are 2 more twists, and I am going to literally tell you nothing about it
Good,
because it is a great movie, okay?
Stoner's Asylum.
Stonehurst.
Stonehurst.
Yeah,
It seemed like Stoner's
no,
Asylum.
No, Stonehurst Asylum.
There's
Actually,
twists everywhere because everybody's high.
right, yeah. Everyone's ripped, man. No one knows what's going on. Let me just make sure it's still on Netflix before I tell you to go watch it. But as far as, I think it would be classified as a thriller, right? That's how that works. Stonehurst Asylum is one of the best thrillers I've ever seen. Oh, don't tell me.
One of my friends brought up a movie to me the other day, said it was one of her favorite movies, and I had never heard of it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it was called Stardust.
Stardust.
Yeah, I've seen it.
How is it? Because I saw Robert De Niro just pop up in the trailer out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's the one where like it's like a fantasy land and
Yeah, it's
there's like a
crazy.
wall they're not allowed to go through.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we watched that.
How is it?
I don't know. Like, I liked it. I watched the whole thing.
It looked completely insane.
There's only like a few parts that are like real magical, and that's what the whole movie's trying to sell.
That's what they were in the preview.
Yeah.
They use the word magic like 35 times.
Yeah, there's like only a couple parts. There's like a part where there's like fairies or something floating around.
Mhm.
Like they go to this market, and there's a bunch of magic at the market, and there's probably a bunch of that in the trailer, but it's only probably a minute long.
If you,
Oh God.
I don't know where you watch your movies on, but Stonehurst Asylum.
I just download everything.
Oh, you can download that.
Yeah, Stonehurst Asylum is a definite must-watch movie.
You have to watch The Ladies Man.
Yeah.
Now I
You
can
have
plug
to.
the ladies, man.
That's the day I believe a wet bird don't fly at night.
Yeah, well, get ready to see a wet bird fly at night, my friend.
The Wet Bird Fly at Night, baby.
The best is Au contraire, bonjour.
Oh, contrary. I think my favorite line from his, he's talking to Will Ferrell, and he's at the end, like all the husbands are around, and he's telling them why he's sleeping with all their wives and what they should be doing, and this, that, and the other, and he looks at Will Ferrell, whatever, Brett, who has like a super hot wife. She's always like trying to get him in bed and stuff, and like he goes, and Brett, you're clearly gay, and that's okay. Oh my
It's a lot of
goodness!
one-liners.
It's great.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, I'm halfway through a bottle of Cavassier, so I think that's the end of the night.
I just saw a movie with Will Ferrell not too long
I
ago.
hate Will Ferrell.
This wasn't funny. This was him and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and they were at a ski resort, and their marriage was garbage, and they had 2 kids. It was the most uncomfortable movie I've ever watched.
Well, that happens when you take actors like he's a comedy. He's a comedic
It was,
actor,
but
right?
but this was different.
Was it
That's
written awkwardly,
Right.
or was
What
it portrayed
I'm saying is,
awkwardly?
when you take a character that like, oh, Will Ferrell, he's supposed to make me laugh. That's what he does, and you put him in a movie like that where it's like, oh, he's not making me laugh.
I think that's why I like The Majestic and
The Majestic is a good movie.
what's the other, Truman Show.
Mhm.
I think that's why I like those, because I do not like Jim Carrey. I don't think
Yeah.
he's funny, but those movies I think he's awesome in.
Yeah.
They're not funny movies.
There was have you ever seen Fracture?
No. I'm gonna
Fracture?
look at the name of this while you talk about
No.
it.
Fracture is a phenomenal movie. Okay, it is Anthony Hopkins. Okay, and like one of the first couple scenes of the movies, he kills his wife. Okay, and they arrest him, they take him to jail, and all that, and he tells them, "Hey, I killed my wife." Okay, and they go to court, and it's supposed to be this like slam dunk case. This guy's on his way out. He's going to this bigger law firm. It's Ryan Gosling.
Yep.
Okay. And they're like, oh, it's going to be a slam dunk, yada, yada. He's got this record he's trying to hold, and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, all right, this will be easy peasy. Well, they get into it all, and all of the court. This guy's like crazy smart, right? He gets into all this, and he's like, oh, no, I changed my mind. Like, I didn't kill my wife. And this guy made me say it because that's the guy that was sleeping with my wife, and yada, yada, yada. And they're like, he almost gets away with it. Okay? And I'm not going to ruin it, because at the end of it, I don't want to give it away. Okay, you have to watch it. It's a courtroom type movie with Anthony Hopkins, Ryan Gosling, and the lady. There's a lady lawyer.
Cher.
It might be, or Jason Statham.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
With a wig.
with a wig.
'cause he doesn't
Yeah.
have any hair.
Yeah. He's this cute
He's
little
a method
blonde.
actor. He probably took the
Yeah.
whatever he
that's true.
needed to become a woman for a
Yeah.
couple
Oh
months.
yeah.
Oh, what's
But Fracture.
Dallas Buyers Club?
That's a good movie.
Dude, he lost.
is it?
Dallas Buyers Club. What's his name?
McConaughey?
Yeah, Matthew
Matthew
McConaughey.
McConaughey.
Dude, he got down to like, swear to God, 130 pounds for that movie.
He was in a movie with dragons where he was like just fucking super intense.
Dude, he's a good method actor.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was super intense in this
You
movie.
should see Texas Chainsaw 4 with Renee Zellweger
4?
and him.
4?
There's he and Renee Zellweger and Leatherface.
How do you keep making these
There's
movies?
like 9 of them.
I don't like. It was a one-time thing, wasn't it?
They're
How do
all
they
different.
keep
That's the thing.
It's like Sharknado.
Not a single one of them is the same. Not a
But
single
what?
one.
It's all about the same event,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Nope.
That Geico commercial
my
where they're
goodness.
like,
It's not,
they're
that
running.
doesn't mean it's good. All 9 of them are bad movies.
They-
All 9
they are-
of
how
them.
Have you
they-
seen the Geico commercial where they're running from the guy with the chainsaw? It's supposed to be that. and there's like
they pick him up
Yeah,
as like a hitchhiker.
yeah, no, they're at
It's
the
a
farm.
beer commercial.
They go into the farm.
They're
There's
at the farm.
chainsaws hanging there.
Yeah, they're like the guy's like, let's go behind the chainsaw. Let's hide there. And the blonde girl's like, why don't we get into the running car? And it's like it's a convertible, like they can all just jump in and it's running. And they're like, no, let's go to the chainsaws. And they're all like, yeah, that's a good idea. And he's just standing behind him like, what the hell are you doing?
Jeez, it's like every scary movie.
That's the
where
only
they run
chainsaw massacre
upstairs.
I've seen is the Geico commercial.
So the one I mentioned earlier, the Will Ferrell movie, is called Downhill. If anybody wants to watch it,
Okay,
it is.
Downhill.
It's not that it's written awkwardly. When I was watching it, so these two are like talking to each other, trying to be friendly, because they're married, but I
saw previews for this.
You can tell that they're not, you know. And they go to a restaurant and they're sitting there eating, and they're doing controlled avalanches, and one of them starts to get loose, and it looks everybody stands up and they're all taking pictures, so it looks like it's fine.
And then it's not.
But at that point, you realize it's gonna hit them. He's sitting on one side of the table, and his wife and kids are on the other. He grabs his phone and runs.
Oh boy!
The snow hits, and then it's okay. It turns out they just got blanketed in snow.
Right.
And he comes back. He's like, "Oh, everybody okay?"
Like,
She doesn't say anything, and I'm watching it. And I'm like, "Oh my god, how long is she gonna hold on to that? Because she's got to get the kids away. She's got to get away from people, and then lay into them. And every time that she gets a chance to, somebody pops up, until he invites his friends, who he was told not to invite on the vacation, to come up. Tells her they called him. Then in the conversation, they're like, "Yeah, when you texted us, I was really happy to hear from you." And she just goes nuts. It just, this whole movie that built up to it, she just goes off. And, it was like a release almost. Because, oh my god, I was like, she's going to go nuts at some point. And
What's the movie with him where it's like somebody writing a story?
Oh, I knew that was.
Is that
I knew
Life
this was
of
gonna come
Brian
up.
or something?
No,
that's a good movie. Yeah, I know what you're talking
something
about.
in real life, or
hang on. I have his filmography.
Yeah, no. I know what the name of this movie.
That wasn't a terrible movie for Will Ferrell.
I like The Other Guys. I do. I really like The Other Guys.
Yeah.
Is that with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, and I think those
good.
two as a pair do really well.
Yeah.
I really think they do.
Wahlberg, he's a good comedic actor.
He is too, actually. Like
he's serious. So when he says something funny,
you're like, what? Yeah,
that's actually pretty funny.
Stranger Than Fiction.
Stranger than Fiction.
I didn't like that movie at all.
Yeah, Brian in Real Life.
Yeah,
like we said.
yeah, something like that with Jason Statham.
I don't like him, so.
Jason Statham.
We're almost done.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
My dad hates his guts, man.
Will Ferrell?
Like,
like
just mention his name, my dad will go off.
Don't
He's
like can't stand that Neighbors or whatever it's called with they have a frat party and
I
stuff.
don't like that movie.
I can't stand
Oh,
that.
did you see him in?
He's still in his Saturday Night Live acting.
Old School. You seen him in Old School?
It was fine.
Old School?
I have to plug Old School every episode of my horror podcast. Every goddamn
Really?
episode.
Why?
Because they always find some line from that goddamn movie.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, put that from Old School.
Yeah.
I'm like, god damn it.
Yeah.
I have the whole movie on my computer in audio form.
In one
have to keep
one scene
taking
clips at a time.
Bits and pieces out.
I feel like
he's in a bunch of other comedians' movies where he just shows up for 5 minutes and just tries to take the thing over. And it gets annoying. Like,
yeah, I think that's why I liked him in the other guys so much, because like he was actually, his character was pretty mellow. Like
Michael Keaton is the best person in that movie, though, by far.
yeah,
amazing.
I don't want no scrubs. He's like, my son's bisexual. He went to school to be a DJ. And whatever the director, whoever the head guy comes in, he's like, my son's bisexual. He's like, that's tremendous. Michael Keaton. Have you ever seen Multiplicity?
It's not bad.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, really? I
fine.
liked Multiplicity a lot, actually.
Michael Keaton's hit and miss with me. So
Yeah.
White Noise is a fucking terrible movie.
White Noise.
You like it?
No, it's a terrible movie.
It was awful.
You know who I like is Kevin Costner, and I get a lot of that from people.
Was he in anything other than Dances with Wolves?
Kevin Costner? Have you ever seen the movie Waterworld?
Oh,
have you ever seen?
Waterworld.
Listen, have you ever seen the movie
Garbage.
Dragonfly?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dragonfly is a fantastic movie. And second of all, you can go both to hell, because I like both of those, Dances with Wolves and Waterworld.
He was also in another movie with a dragon.
With Right? Thank you. Thank you.
Dragonheart?
No, that was
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
And Dennis Quaid, maybe.
Dennis Quaid. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I love Dennis Quaid, by the way.
And those two were in a movie. Kevin Costner and Dennis Quaid were in Open Range.
I've heard of it. Haven't seen it.
There's just a scene in the movie where they have this guy tied up. I think it's Open Range. They have this guy tied up in a cell, and he's like all from one end of the cell to the other, and he's hanging in the air.
Is this the Jim Carrey sex scene you were talking about?
Yeah, it's getting there.
Okay.
It's getting there. Well, they go to talk to this guy, and I remember reading this thing where they couldn't get the same exact situation happened in the Avengers, okay, where Thor and Loki, or Captain America and Loki are fighting. Sorry, it's been a long day.
Two of those three people.
It's Captain America, Steve Rogers, and Loki are fighting. Well, while they're trying to make it, he punches him, and they're like, "Oh, it didn't look right." The guy that plays Loki is like, "You know what? Screw it, hit me, just hit me, boom!" And it has to look real because it will be real. And they put it in the movie. The same thing happened in this. I'm thinking it's Open Range, where they have this guy tied up in the cell. They're trying to get information out of him. And they they whack him with the butt of a gun, but they can't get a good shot. And they can't make it look real, this, that, and the other. So the guy's like, do it. So Kevin Costner whacks this dude in the forehead with a pistol, and you hear it just resonate through this guy's whole body, and everyone, you just ooh, shit. He hits him hard. Bonk! Oh my goodness, that looked like it hurt. And you just see him kind of wiggle with pain. And
that's the one thing in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the entire series, the one thing that I'll give him credit for. The very first thing that Leatherface does in that series, this guy, for some reason, knocks on the door, nobody answers, so I'm going to go inside. So he wanders inside.
Who does that? Have you ever done that in your whole life?
He doesn't know. It's not like they're people he knows and he's wondering if they're home. It's nobody.
That's what I'm saying. Who does that?
And he looks inside and there's bones everywhere, and he's like, I'm going to keep walking.
No.
So he walks back to this weird room, stumbles up a ramp. He hears all these weird noises and everything. And when he stumbles, he looks up and Leatherface is there with his hammer. Cracks him over the head. It makes a cracking sound. A splat sound. He hits the ground and starts fluff. Oh my god, it's the most disturbing shit I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh, well, did you watch any of the Walking Dead series?
Yeah.
Who cuts the grass?
The grass?
I hate that show. Who's cutting the grass the whole time?
Oh, I don't know.
Hey,
all the houses have the grass cut.
Like it's normal. Everything's normal.
In the towns and stuff?
Stupid show.
Some of them do.
It should have been wolves running around eating people.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Well, listen, they whacked that dude Glenn
with the bat.
Yeah, okay. I was just saying, I didn't want to ruin it. But, dude, spoiler.
For network TV, that was pretty.
That was pretty intense for network TV.
For me, I'm like, yeah. Here we go again.
I think we literally watched up till the episode. That episode.
Oh wait, it was in a pretty intense scene.
I don't remember ever seeing it. I mean, Michelle watched it without me.
I watched it. I stopped at season 2, so I was way behind. But I saw that scene because everybody was going nuts about it.
It was intense. It was intense.
And then didn't they say he lived?
No, no.
I could have swore they
revamped it.
Because the season ended after that, so it was
they weren't sure if he was going.
And then they went in two episodes or something. The next season without saying anything.
They no, he did not live.
Well, I was gonna say
he just kept beating that dude's head. He was just like, you ever smash a pumpkin, seeing all the bit. It was like that.
I'm not a fan of the band.
No,
they're all
Smashing Pumpkins.
Okay, so we're at 47 minutes. I'm going to ask you guys to recommend one movie for people to watch.
Stonehurst Asylum.
Okay.
If you're into thrillers, okay, can we do it by genre?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Because thrillers is Stonehurst Asylum, hands down.
The Fury for historical war thrillers.
Okay. Historical war thrillers.
I don't even know if I know a thriller that I like. Eye of the Beholder I liked. I guess Eye of the Beholder.
Okay.
But it's kind of in the same vein as every 90s movie with Ashley Judd. They're all exactly the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the best one of them. I don't really like thrillers that much.
Oh man, what about the first Batman though? That one for thriller.
There you go.
Is that a thriller? That's fine.
No, it's not.
A sparrow with a machine gun. That sounds thrilling.
Oh my god.
That sounds thrilling.
A ballpoint banana.
Hardcore Henry.
Oh yeah, she said
first person shooter.
There you go. Huh.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
That's my romantic sci-fi. Hardcore Henry.
Okay.
I don't know what genre this is, but I'll recommend Donnie Darko if you haven't seen it.
I've seen
we didn't
Donnie
bring it up
Darko.
at all.
That's
One of the best scores to a movie I've ever
I mean,
heard.
Donnie Darko would be.
Fantasia had a pretty good score.
Depends on what drugs you were taking at the time. Yeah,
Whatever,
I
I
would
thought
say
my
I would say
grandma was
Stonehurst Asylum is like
Okay.
because I asked a lot of people about it, and not a lot of people have seen it for whatever reason. But like, it's such a good mindfuck movie. Like, it just is.
All right. So
yeah.
which one did you say?
Hardcore Henry. I said
Hardcore
3.
Henry.
Yeah.
Hardcore Henry, Batman.
Stonehurst Asylum.
Batman. If you
Batman.
haven't seen Batman is
original.
a story.
original
The original
from the
Batman.
60s?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
the original
That one with the
Batman.
Riddler.
Incredible.
With the riddles, man.
Yeah.
Do you remember that entire exchange?
Yeah, I remember a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
The
good.
shark was pulling
Yeah.
my leg.
It happened at C. C for Catwoman.
It all adds up to one giant riddle. Riddler. The Riddler?
What sits in a tree weighs 6 ounces is still very dangerous. A sparrow with a machine gun.
Sparrow with a machine gun.
What does a turkey do when it flies upside down? It gobbles up.
And Fracture for a courtroom movie. Fracture.
All right, I got a courtroom movie for you, and it is The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and it's not a joke. Great courtroom movie. They're like, did the priest commit negligent homicide by claiming that it was an exorcist that needed to be done, or an exorcism, instead of taking medication?
Oh, jeez.
It's
Okay.
really, really good.
Separation of church and state right there.
They bring it up in that.
There's one horror movie I would recommend to people, and it's only because, like, for whatever reason I enjoy
White
this
Noise.
movie.
Yeah,
Right?
yep, that's it.
Yeah, it's called Liquid Thunder. No, I'm just kidding. It's The
That is
Right.
scary.
It's also Anthony Hopkins.
Saw it.
The
Love
Right.
it.
Yeah, The Right is a good movie.
And lastly, The Meg, because Jason Statham's in it.
Right.
And
That's the best movie that was ever made, I think.
I don't. I have to say, we saw it in theater in North Carolina, and it cost me like $65 for me and my wife to go see it. Like, after everything.
Worth it.
I'm not a fan of shark movies, man.
Did you know Jason Statham played bass in a band?